Hey everyone, it's Michelle Lightworker here, and weekly reading for the week, commencing the 27th of April all the way through to this Sunday. Would you believe it's the 3rd of May already? I've been guided for our weekly reading this week to use the Doreen Virtue Mermaids and Dolphins deck, which just went everywhere. Maybe they want us to pull more than one card. Let's see what we're guided to do this week. How did you go last week with releasing all those negative thoughts? Ooh, we got the yes card. That's interesting. I guess the mermaids and dolphins agree that it clears the way for doors opening and people saying yes. Perhaps you have focused on that, or you're deciding to do that this week, and you'll get more yeses this week than you've been getting. That's the guidance I'm getting through. Oh, okay, this one. Let yourself receive. Sometimes it's just about allowing, isn't it? Allow others to give you loving care. Receive guilt. Receive guilt. Receive without guilt or apologies. Interesting. And the other day I was really I got this message strong and clearly that when we actually view ourselves, when we're feeling guilt and we're receiving, we actually are separating ourselves from the principle of unity. Unity would say that we're all deserving of everything because we all are everything. We're a mirror of everything, so we're deserving of everything. So that means that when we feel guilt, we can actually ask our higher self to release that guilt and invite our spiritual helpers to help us to feel at peace with receiving. And when we do so, instead of trying to avoid our guilt, swallow our guilt, eat over our guilt, and do all that stuff, that old pattern stuff, instead of doing all that, we can do something different. And when we make a decision to actually let go of that guilt, we open a huge space inside of us to receive. Often it's our own block creating the defense against receiving, and that's why the abundance isn't flowing through. Well, that confirms everything, doesn't it? This is the card of oneness, and that's all about unity, which is exactly what I was guided to really tell you, because it was referring back to some situations that I've had lately with manifesting rapidly and really feeling like, wow, there's a lot coming in, and it's like, okay, well, unexpected and things, doors opening and things coming quicker than expected, and it's been amazing. And the guidance that I've gotten is about letting myself receive, and that card is actually from my very well-worn and loved Shapeshifter deck, and I just love this, absolutely love it. I've also felt guided to pull a card from our Bushflower Essence deck, our Bushflower Remedies Australian ones today, because I don't know why. Let's have a look. Maybe there's some healing that needs to happen around the base chakra, because base chakra is all about manifesting. Or it could be that there's some healing around the solar plexus chakra, which is all about feeling self-worth. Or it could be some healing around the sacral chakra, which is the middle one between the base and the solar plexus. And that's all about being nourished with higher vibrations and not using addictions and things like that to cover up our guilt. So which card wants to come? Okay, I'm being guided to actually pull 3. Okay, let's pull one on the solar plexus, one on the sacral, and one on the base. So those lower chakras, they relate to all of our organs too, so they're really significant. Let's go base first. We've got Dagger Hakia, which is about forgiveness and love. Interesting. Sometimes when we're harbouring, resentment and feeling ripped off in life and things like that, we can feel like life owes us, and we can lie and cheat and do those kind of things to get material possessions, and then later on in our lives, if we have some awakening around that, we can actually feel guilty when we're receiving for all the things that we've done in the past that weren't in our integrity. Or it could be that we feel ripped off in life because we were born into a certain circumstance and life owes us, and there's resentment around life and how it's unfolded for us. So we can actually ask our spiritual helpers to step into a place of acceptance and love the actual journey of what we've chosen that has brought us to where we are today. Love it more, and in doing so, there's a natural process of forgiveness, because forgiveness is really the absence of judgment. So when we stop judging the situation, when we stop judging life and what's happened to us, and we become more aware of that it's absolutely integral to our spiritual journey and our enlightenment, we actually start to free up our base chakra and enjoy this physical journey, which is all related to the base. And when we do that, we manifest much more easily, because we're actually saying yes to being here in this physical form, which involves physical things. So it's not wrong to have physical things. Then we've got Mangawarta for the sacral. I used Mangawarta as a bushfire essence in my counselling practice for many years to help people with releasing addictions. It actually helps to strengthen your will. And what I mean by that is, it's not about white knuckling it with the addiction stuff. It's actually about allowing spirit in, handing over your will and allowing spirit in to guide your life in all your decisions. When you do that, and that is a spiritual practice, when you do that one decision at a time, life gets easier and you begin to manifest more rapidly. And our last one, 5 corners. Wow, relating to solar plexus. If any of the essences were the self-esteem essence, this one was it, which is really interesting that we pulled it for the solar plexus card, because solar plexus is all about our self-esteem and feeling that we are worthy. So it's self-love, it's love and acceptance of self, self-confidence. Interesting. This one, Daga Hakya says forgiveness and love, and this one says love and acceptance of the self, and we were getting that. So it's about accepting and loving that you are here for a reason. Even if you don't know what it is yet, it doesn't really matter, just accepting that fact and taking your life this week one step at a time in oneness with other people. Everybody is on that journey. And when you realize that, that is profound. You realize that as you receive, other people receive too, because you're all connected. So you can release the guilt and you can get on with what you're here to do, instead of worrying about money and making your decisions from a really fear-based perspective, which is what happens when we make those decisions out of fear. Is the base chakra is corrupted. When we make decisions out of lack of self-worth, that's where the solar plexus is corrupted. And when we feel compulsive around spending and things like that, that's when the sacral chakra is corrupted. And in order to let go of any toxic energy corruption in those psychic corruption, carried energies from the past, from your family of origin, from other people's beliefs, you can actually say, help me, to spirit, and you will get the help, but you need to ask first. They will not interfere with your free will. So happy manifesting this week, guys.